grown tremendously in her past 4 years. She has been a member of the varsity track and cross country teams, a member of the Marine Science Academy, yearbook as editor and photographer, academic decathlon team, president's ambassador, ASB, a member of numerous clubs. She is a member of NHS and CSF, Youth of the Year from Long Beach Exchange Club. Caitlin has a 4.56 GPA and has earned $235,000 in college scholarships.
Oh yeah.
She was accepted to UC San Diego, Cal State University Long Beach, Loyola Marymount University, University of San Francisco, and the University of San Diego, where she was awarded the $100,000 Alcala Scholarship and will attend in the fall. Caitlin Fanning.
I apologize ahead of time. This isn't as brief as I could manage, but my grandma grew up on the East Coast and spent a good amount of her life in Massachusetts before moving with my grandfather, aunt, father, and uncle to a number of different states before finally settling in San Diego, California. Because of this fact, she has a slight accent that sounds a bit reminiscent of New England. She pronounces tomorrow a bit like Tamara, and when she wants to play a game of cards, she wants to play a game of cards. I don't think I notice it much anymore, as it sounds as if it has faded a bit with time. But one thing I remember is the way she pronounced picture. I actually called her up prior to writing this speech, and she still says it the same. There's a small inflection on the C and the T, barely noticeable really, but it comes out sounding a bit like a pitcher. A porcelain pitcher for pouring warm water, or an ice-cold glass pitcher full of lemonade. It's terrible of me really, but as a 5 or 6 year old, I used to think it was silly and poke fun at her. That wore off after a while, but strangely, it is something that I always remember. I used to love looking at my pictures in photo albums I had. There were some of my birthday, the zoo, and my living room at odd angles that could only be achieved by a child hanging upside down from a couch. For those of you wondering how this relates to graduation at all, I'll tell you. And for those of you who aren't, I'm going to tell you anyway. I suffered from tremendously bad writer's block, attempting to fashion some sort of speech that wasn't overly cliche or full of quotes. I sat all morning at our kitchen table, writing draft after draft of things that concerned me, but I'm sure not many of you. I sent them all to Mrs. Ashinger, who was nice enough to reply with a few paragraphs that amounted to try again, when I would have flat out criticized them all. I sat on my couch trying to piece something together, while simultaneously staring at the television, which was turned off. And then it hit me when my mom turned on the television of what was missing. All morning, at the kitchen table, I had been attempting to relate our class to a picture or an image, something that's been done before, while looking inadvertently at this picture that my parents just purchased a few weeks ago. Mid-afternoon, and I was still glancing at its reflection on the screen of the television. By trying to see the bigger picture, I was missing the picture. It's rather nondescript when you originally pass it over. It's an off-white porcelain thing with robin's egg blue detailing. It has a thin strip of a floral pattern adorning its neck and handle with the darker blue on its edges. Turn it over and it still has a tag on it. You'll find the price, and you'll also discover it was made in a different country. And no, it was not made in China. And if likening this class to pottery is not one of the best ideas I've had all year, please don't tell me. You may feel originally passed over by others in search of a grand thing that is non-existent to trumpet its graces, despite the fact that you have been there all along. Maybe you appear plain on the outside when you look at your reflection, but you're not. But that great feeling of when people finally give you the chance to get to know yourself better, you suddenly understand your worth. Perhaps you were born in a different country and somehow find yourself here in Long Beach, California. Or maybe you're a pitcher that is a bright hue that always has been loud and bold. Whichever you are, this picture offers a picture of beautiful opposites. If anything, this class is a class of opposites. We've studied hard for many tests like Nicholas and Christian, and hardly studied for others. We're able to go a whole night without sleep like Michael, yet on some mornings we cannot get out of bed like Remington. We are often late for many things, but sometimes we are early. No, wait, we're never early, ignore that. We enjoy time with our families, but sometimes we enjoy time with our friends as well. We could not have made it to this point without them. We are a class of great leaders like Jake and Brandon, and great supporters like Sarah and Corey. Do not take anyone's word that you cannot be a great one of either. There are no great leaders without a dedicated group behind them. We are a class full of doubts, and we are a class full of faith, like Amanda and Alana. There are many students in this audience who are uncertain in the face of things to come, myself being included. But many trust their beliefs and values to get them through, and rightly so. We've stood together and we have stood alone, and both have taught us more about others and ourselves than we could have ever learned without these experiences. We've all got heart and pride in us that makes us lovers and fighters. Because of this, we've messed up. We all have, more than once. We've done wrong, but because of this, we've done so many more things right. In the future, encourage growth as you supported your freshmen or surrounded your student council leaders. Acknowledge spirit as you led campus ministry or participated in athletics. Appreciate others' values as you watched drama performances or voted for homecoming court. Cheer as you won the title of league champion or earned your medals in academic decathlon. Remember your faith as you attended your last retreat and asked others for forgiveness. Educate others as you did as an ambassador or as a Marine Science Academy student. Live your life as you served the homeless at the Thanksgiving homeless meal or by your senior quote, whether it was inspirational, with others, or simply plain funny. Lead a life by example. Lead your life as you have at St. Anthony. Looking back, all the way back to freshman year, this class has always been a little different from others. It's a subtle thing that's hard to define, but very easy to notice. We are graduates of education, self-expression, faith, and adversity. Regardless, we've been a different class from the very beginning. We stand here today on our graduation full of successes, accomplishments, and triumphs. When a challenge presents itself to you in the future, just remember the atmosphere of today. The unbreathable gowns, caps that feel a bit too snug, nervous anticipation, excitement to move on, and the palpable buzz of the high school gym. So when I say humanity is like a pitcher, I mean it. Humanity is so fascinating because of our successes despite all of our limitations. We have overcome so many obstacles and will have to do so in the future. The class of 2015, we have done so well, and a large part of that is owed to St. Anthony. Thank you to all the faculty and teachers who have supported us throughout our years. We're going to miss you all tremendously. Thank you to the family and people who have supported us for longer than we can remember, and in times when we may not always have deserved it. Lastly, thank you so much to the friends we have made. To all of you, whether we have put our feelings ahead of yours or hurt you in some way, you have never failed to be there for us. Some people you can't help but want all of their perfectly happy endings to happen for them, but if they don't come to fruition, we hope you at least end up happy. I hope life treats all of you well, including you, class of 2015. We have everything to be proud of. Like my grandma's pronunciation and the picture, it's so lovely and how different it is. Your existence is truly remarkable, and remember that. Celebrate existence. Celebrate joyous existence.